Welcome to TAG, Technology, Automotive, and Gaming. Today, what we're going to do is beautiful looking, what am I talking about? It's a wannabe SUV. So we're going to check out the specs of an everyday American car, because that is everyday American car, 6% of all cars today. And this is a car. You can't call it an SUV just because it's all-wheel drive. Toyota Celica's had all-wheel drive in the 80s and 90s, so this is a car that's jacked up. It's a wannabe SUV. You'll probably end up buying, because most Americans buy the shell of a car. Technology, automotive, and gaming. How pretty, watch. Look at that right there.
Whoa.
Tag, you're in. Let's go over the specs real quick. First of all, let me say it's got some nice 19-inch aluminum rims. I like the two-tone design. I think that's really cool with the silver and the black. It's fantastic. They're large, 19 inches, and they're 45mm ones. So you see that? That's not really thick, and I'm going to be honest. My Toyota Celica only has 15-inch rims, but I have, at the smallest, when I had rally tires, was 55mm. You want big cushion for going off-road. So definitely built for the road. As we go through here, it does have some slim, sleek-looking lines, and the doors don't make a very satisfying noise. It's very SUV-y noise. So I like to hear a nice tunk, but a whoomp is okay too. I will say one nice feature I do like about this is the integrated roof rack. Now you can simply just buy the optional extras. It has both screw bolts on all four sides to just put in a roof rack, and roof racks are nice. I think all companies, just for cars too, because you don't even notice this unless you look on it straight on. And even then, it's not that noticeable. You can have a roof rack to put bikes and canoes and kayaks, which probably use. Yeah, you won't. No one's ever going to put a canoe on this thing. And if we go around back here, you can see it's got a fairly nice ass. It's not bad. It's pretty simplistic design. The exhaust there is actually real. It's not fake, which is kind of cool. Dew-tip exhaust is actually real, but not that anyone gives a crap when they have a wannabe SUV. It has, which I think is the most annoying feature in all cars today, all SUVs mainly, an automatic tailgate. And I'll show you later why this is a very annoying feature. We'll do the dog test. You're going to like it. And down we go. If we go back out around to the front, it has a pretty nice front. It's not a bad looking front end. I mean, it's relatively sleek looking. It looks like every SUV, but the front's pretty nice and flat. And I like flatness in an SUV. I think that makes it look aggressive and cool and ready to go and muscular. But it's all plastic. Plastic. I mean, a bumper can be plastic, but look how easy that moves. It's cheap. My Toyota Celica is not cheap plastic, and it got beat up 4 times. To the 4th time, finally killed it. But I hit a barrier, to be fair, and only one part of it broke. So that's not cheap plastic. Oh, look underneath the hood here. It's got a pretty nice engine. I actually like this engine. It's pretty sophisticated. I think this is probably the future of most cars. There's a lot of argument how it's not good because it'll deter reliability, but we'll see. I also like that it doesn't have stupid shocks to lift up the hood because that's just extra weight. It's got a 1.6 turbocharged gas direct injected engine, and if you look back here you can see that small little turbo. It's so tiny, look at that. And it's also intercooled. You can't see the intercooler. It's got the intercooler tucked in there real nice. It's got that big opening for all that air to get in there, and then you have your exhaust recirculation there, which all cars have to do for emission standards. I actually do like the engine mounting on here. It's pretty simple. You just have one here and then 2 over here with the transmission. That's nice. It's simplistic. So it does have sort of kind of a car vibe to it which it basically is a car. It is technically all-wheel drive, but it's I'd say it's more like a Subaru all-wheel drive system where you have a front wheel first and then a separation to the back for the back wheels. And it's not like a WRX all-wheel drive. It's a simple Subaru drive, where your front wheels are doing most of the work, let's be honest. The rear wheels aren't going to do too much. Well, let's hop on in and take this puppy for a drive. We got its externals all done. and some of the internals. Let's check out the features of the car and the comfortability. Okay, now that we're in the car, it's got a key fob system, as you can see here. Very boring fob. I don't like fobs. Anyway, so you just push button start, turn it on, because apparently a key is too difficult for everyone to do. The menu actually here is very simplistic. Now you could take this huge thing out, which has ridiculous cheap plastic, and this is nice. Why do they even have this? I don't know. Well, you take this out and read it, but I don't read stuff. So you go through here, the menu's super simplistic. You want to go radio, you have the radio. If you had a CD in here, you go different tracks. That's changed that. Tuner right here, it's really easy. I mean, I hate these screens, but the home button just goes straight to home. You want to make a phone call, you hit your phone call button, and you have the people you just called and your favorites if your phone is connected, which my brother's phone is. You can go on there, you can add your favorites. Unfortunately, it doesn't hook exactly up to it with just the Bluetooth, but we do have Android Connect Auto. We also have here volume buttons on the dash, which most modern cars do, which you need that, I suppose. The cruise control is also on the dash, which I don't like. I like the Toyota cruise control stock on the side. I find it easier, more convenient, and then you just press it up like that to stop it, press it upwards this way to keep it going. It's just better. I really don't know. I think this is the cancel button which stops it, but then you can't just, the resume is like that. It's not as integrated. It's much of a GM design. You can tell that they took it from GM, and GM has a terrible cruise control setup, because I can tell you from an 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and later 2000s GM, all the cruise controls are different. All of them. So, and it's kind of the same as Hyundai. Hyundai did have a stock years ago, but now they have, instead of a stock, they have that. So that's confusing if you're a consumer. So if we go through the Android Auto, we have to plug it up. Like so. And it has to be a special Android Auto connection cable. I don't know his password. What's your password?
You don't need a password. Just plug it in and it works.
It works.
You just plug it in, then you go to home.
Oh, so I'm already plugged into there.
Yep.
Oh my, that's cool. So let's go Android Auto. Well, look at that. We're all hooked in. But for the most part, the menu's pretty easy. If you don't want to use the Android Auto, I mean, it's not very complicated. The radio, go to radio. You go to your setup, and you have Bluetooth, phone, display, sounds. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's actually really nice. I usually don't like this stuff. And I'm sure the Android Auto, I'll need Mr. Tristan, the tech guy, to tell me figure out. But the air conditioning is actually pretty simple too. It is climate control, and climate control is always nice. Dual climate control. Dual. I hate dual climate control. I hate that. I don't want my passenger messing with my controls or the temperature of my car, because I get cold in the winter and I get hot in the summer. So I think that's pretty simplistic. I can show you the the display there. It's pretty simplistic. It actually gives you relatively full instrumental. You don't have a temperature gauge, which I find a little annoying, or an oil pressure gauge. Oh, you do have a temperature gauge right there. So I would call this your basic 4-pack. You have your tachometer, how fast you're going, you know, temperature, and how much gas you have. It's missing a lot, to be honest. I mean, the 6-pack is better. You should have oil pressure on there as well, but you can't. Beggars can't be choosers, and if you're an American consumer, you're a beggar. Another cool feature besides all this boring stuff here is, which I actually don't think it's cool, but this right here. Look at that. And it goes all the way back. Panoramic sunroof. Now I love that. I love a good sunroof. My car has a sunroof. My girlfriend's cars have, both their Celicas have sunroofs, and I cannot live without a sunroof. I had a convertible, and this is like an intermediate convertible. You get this awesomeness without the inconvenience and cold and leaking and parking at a flat level of a convertible. It's really nice. I would say it's pretty badass. Nope, I went there. Nope. There. Nope. Nope. I want a little farther back. Right there's good. Right there. We'll go all the way, and then, oh, and here's really cool. You just wait. I don't want that thing to go back. So just go like that. Nope, nope, going forward. And if you just touch it a little bit, then you can get this thing exactly where I want it right there. Right there. That's so cool. I don't want the passengers to have sunroof. Yeah, they don't deserve it. Oh, maybe they do. No, I don't want that down. Oh, and then you can have it so it just split up like that. So you just sift the air out. Ah, it's so cool, man. Look at that. This is enough, like, you know, if you're, you know, doing illegal stuff and you need the stuff to go out. It's just so cool. This is just an awesome feature. And I think all cars should have sunroofs because there's no reason not to. Well, now the sunroof's open, let's go for a drive. Alright. Oh, son of a bitch, who drives like this? Man, electronic seat controls. You'll get there eventually. It's getting there. It's there. Okay, so let's roll off this first. So this has a cool feature where you pop this down, you go to the side, and then you are in manual shift mode. But unfortunately, even if it's a dual clutch, you have to have it reverse to go in reverse, which I find a little annoying. It has this nice camera system here, which shows you kind of what's going on. Rear view shows you where you're going. I see a person walking back there. Rear view cameras have to be standard in America since last year. It's a little slow in reverse. I go to drive, and I'll go to first gear. Whoa, wait, it's got some pickup. Now it's got a button here for sport mode, and I don't know why it's not always in sport mode, so we're gonna keep it in sport mode. We go up for second, and down for first. I don't know if it's good to keep it in first while it's at park, but we're gonna find out. Just driving around town here, it's pretty nice. There's a little lag in the dual clutch system, but it has to have that because it's not Ferrari, so it has to last. Not bad. 7 speeds, and it won't let me go beyond 4th at this slow speed, which makes sense. Let me go into 3rd quickly. Second. Hey, it's got some get and go. I think we should do a 0 to 60 test on this thing too. See how fast the 0 to 60 is. I'm sure it's, oh, I got into 5th because I'm going 28 miles per hour. I'm sure 0 to 60 time is faster than my Toyota Celica, but I wonder if it's faster than Brittany's Toyota Celica, our graphic designer. I think that's a tough one to beat because this one weighs 3,500 pounds compared to her 2,600 pounds. And this has about the same horsepower, 176 to 180. Torque is a big difference. This is turbocharged. Turbochargers tend to have lots of torque. It says almost 200 foot-pounds of torque compared to her 133 foot-pounds of torque. But weight is always a big factor. It's almost seamless. I would say the lag is similar to as if you're driving a manual. So I wouldn't say this is a really good dual clutch system. I'd say it's meant to protect the clutch, which is good because if you're driving something, it's supposed to keep the clutch. Now let's go when we get into first. Slow down, get into first car. First. There we go. First. Let's throw her up onto here. And I don't like that it makes decision for me. I want to make decisions. It shouldn't let me make decisions. It should cut the engine out. So I would say it's pretty seamless. The biggest problem is it doesn't let me make the decision. Even if I go, I want to hear the engine pop. Sometimes hearing an engine pop is just a satisfying thing, knowing you took it to the limit. It doesn't allow me to do that. It forces me to go up every time. And it won't let me go down into first when I was only going 15, which I should be able to go to first at 15 miles per hour. It's beeping at me. Why is it beeping at me? Is that my turn signal stop? That is an annoying turn signal stop. I don't know if you guys can hear that with the sunroof down. Well, now the blinker is normal. I'm guessing it didn't like the fact that I was at such high RPM. Another thing I noticed is because it's dual clutch, you can't really feel in the camera, but you can feel it here. It does have a judder. And that judder is because it's still kind of a manual. It also doesn't like when I'm at higher RPMs. It beeps at me. Not beeping at me now, but for general, it doesn't. And you can't really shift slow down. It doesn't like to shift slow down. It won't go into first. I mean, I'm slowing down, but it will not allow me to go into first. And that, I mean, I'm only at 2,000 RPM. Now it'll let me get into first. It won't let me get into first, and that's not a very sophisticated performance dual clutch. It's probably doing that to save itself. Let these people get ahead of us a little bit, and we'll take onto the on-ramp. It has good get up and go. There's no problem there. I don't like how it stops me though. And then it will let me get into third here, so I'm slowing down, but it will not let me get into first. And if you're going slow, it will not let you downshift. I'll say it's very convenient. It makes me feel like I'm kind of in a manual, but it's still not as engaging because you can see there's that beep. It's saying, hey, you need to shift. So let's get up to this Jeep. And, I'm in 7th gear. It's a very fast shifting jolt. But if you go up to gears fast, it won't do it. It'll slowly do it. It won't do it real quick. So it doesn't do what you want it to do. Let's say I want to pass this guy. He's actually going pretty quick. But let's say I'm going to go in 5th. I'm going to pass him. I'm going to go in 4th. Alright? So let me do that. But I shifted up to 7th, and I'm not in 7th. Now I'm in 7th. Doesn't go real fast. What is that BB? Is it like a departure warning thing? That's what it is. So it's a car departure. It's not RPM. It's telling me, hey, you can't turn there. Okay. Well, that's actually not so annoying. It's a good warning. It's not bad. Let's take this off in the back roads. I think there's some roads near where Tristan lives here, and we'll do a little 0 to 60 test. I don't know how well the 0 to 60 test will go, but we'll see how we do. So we're gonna test 0 to 60 time here. We're gonna do it through the camera, so we won't know till afterwards, but we'll see. I'm gonna let it decide because the computer is faster than I am. There's no doubt. It also knows the perfect times to shift. So it's a dual clutch. I'm not sure what to do. I think I'm just gonna go. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. There's a lag there, definite lag. It's shifting really quick, really smooth. Nice. And 60. I'm not really sure how fast it was, but it felt somewhere around the 7s. I feel like it was around the 7s. I wouldn't say it was slow. I think it's definitely faster than my Celica. My Celica only did 60 in 8 seconds. But at the same time, I felt no input in doing that. Why don't we'll turn around and see if I manually do it. Maybe it'll go faster, but I doubt it. I mean, dual clutches, they only give that option for you to do it because your ego. Make you feel good about yourself. I shifted in a transmission that does all the work for me. I'm so proud of myself. So proud of myself. Let's try this again. I did this once in a Camaro that I rented, and Camaro was always faster when I let it do it, every single time. That was a true automatic, though. That was not a dual clutch, so maybe there's a difference. All right, so we are at a standstill again. I'm in 1st, and I'm just gonna watch around 6,000 because it doesn't actually go to 6,000. Oh, like 5,500. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. It's still a lag. It is a definite and 60. Alright, that felt slower. If it's slower to you, it felt slower. Yeah. It felt slower. The computer doing it itself knows what to do. I was shifting at 5,500 the whole time. I watched the computer last time and it did it around there too, but it still felt slower. And I think it's because I was doing it. When the computer's doing it, it just knows better. It knows better than I do. And that's just how it is. And that's the future of all transmission systems. There will be no more input from you. Another thing I'll say is because it's drive-by-wire and because of the turbo, I think also, there's definite lag from standstill. Now it has to do with a whole bunch of factors, electronic controls, transmission, clutch, drive-by-wire stuff. So you can't blame it on one thing, but you still have that fact of knowing if this was a manual, and even if it's the same engine, and it's a manual, and you had control of the intake instead of drive-by-wire, it would probably feel faster. And feel, there's a difference between is and feel. My Celica feels faster than my girlfriend's Celica. Hers is faster. 0 to 30, mine's a little bit faster, but 0 to 60, it's over a second faster. But mine feels faster in everyday life. It just does. And it's because the fact that I have more control, I have more function, I also have more torque. Now hers still has a throttle body and everything, but it has a computer that says, hey, this is how much power you get, this is what you're going to do, and it controls the engine. That's what's going on here. The computer is deciding what you get. And that makes it feel slower than it is. Because this is a quick car. It's not quick. Statistics say it's quick. The online says it's in the low 7, or the lowish, middle-ish 7 seconds, but it doesn't feel that fast. Let's put her in drive, put her in second. Let's go up on here. It is fun to push the paddle, I'm not gonna lie. It is pretty fun. Even if I'm not doing anything, I'm doing no good, it's fun. It's very fun. Makes you feel special. I feel so special. Hey, Snoopy. Look, no hands. That's right, Erica. No hands. No hands. The one thing I missed out when looking at the other stuff is it does have trash control off. It also has collision warning, which you can apparently turn off. It has a diff lock button, which is kind of important because if you're stuck in the snow, all-wheel drive it slips. So you have diff lock. Both wheels are now connected as one wheel, so they're going to act as one wheel. It also has hill descent, which I don't know how this works. We can't test this because we don't have any decent hills here to go on. We're not going off-roading because we're not allowed to. It's not our car. But that's kind of cool. And you got that option, you know, and it's got a stupid electronic parking brake. The other thing about this interior is it's not made out of cheap plastic. It's actually pretty nice. A nice test, just tap the interior. See if it emits a nice thunky noise. We want to avoid this right here, kind of tinniness. Now you can't avoid it on a piece like this because it has to move around here. I think all cars have that. Even myself has that. Even the most robust cars tend to have it right here. But here, you feel the solidness. It's all pretty solid, beefy, and chunky. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fall apart, and that's good. And it's all very seamless. It's not like a Chevy. In the back, I'd say the back is quite roomy. It's not too bad. If you're in my driving position, which I'm usually pretty close, so plenty of space. You do have a center seat, cup holders. And you also have climate control right here for the back passengers. And when this is all the way back, for some reason it's not all the way back at the moment, but this is all the way back though, you can see out the nice panoramic sunroof. And if we look at the trunk, it's not bad either. It's got plenty of space. I've got some storage crap here, a seat here to fit a cooler. Most of your camping supplies for 4 people would most likely fit in here. It's not, I wouldn't say scarce, nice and roomy. But the downside with this trunk is it is electronic. That takes forever to close, for one thing, so if you got to get in there or get out of there really fast, that's annoying. Second of all, it doesn't do well in the dog tests, as we're about to show you now. Alright, let's do the dog test to see if dogs will actually go in the back. Let's do it with this Prius here. Come up, up, up. That a girl. Here you go. There. No choice but to go in because I slammed her right in her face. Let's try with this. Come on, up, 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 up. Stay, stay. 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 Damn it! She's supposed to run out. Let's try with 2 dogs. Alright, now let's try with 2 dogs. Okay, okay. Okay, up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Come on, come on. No. Come on, get it. Okay, stay. Stay. Damn it! Let's try with 3 dogs. Okay, 3 dogs. Stay still. 1. Up. Come on. Up. Okay, that's. Then go. You're last. Okay. Stay. Damn it! I proved that there's less space in that one. Okay, now we're gonna do the ultimate test. I know 4 dogs will fit in there. They won't make it in there. They're all run out. There's less space. The door's shutting on them. They're nowhere. All right, all dogs in here. In you go. Oh, I lost the dog. We got 3. Okay. 4 dogs in the hole. You get a picture of that. And they're all in relative comfort. Eva, relatively comfortable. It's not ideal, but it's relatively comfortable. Okay, I got that one open. All right, let's get them in there and see if they stay. Jack's up. All right, Nova up. Eva up. Come on, Eva. Up. Dingo up. They're all up. All dogs are up. Oh my gosh, they do not like it. This is not working. Damn it! They look less comfortable though. Damn it! Stay there, I'm gonna get our dog.
No, it failed. Moving on.
Damn it, pass the dog test. I'd say it's a pretty good crossover SUV for what it is. It does the job pretty good. The double clutch transmission I think is a little ridiculous. You get that lunge that you want from a transmission, but at the same time, it's adding a little bit of performance to something that just doesn't need it. You don't need something that's going to use that kind of acceleration and complication for a family car. But for an everyday modern American SUV, the build quality is pretty good. The engine is fantastic. It's nice, efficient, turbocharged. It sounds pretty good. Could put a blow-off valve in the turbo. That would be pretty sweet. You know what I'm saying? Over build quality and how well it drives, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. It's a nice car to drive. It's comfortable to sit in. It's easy to use. It does have diff locks, and diff locks are important for off-roading, but just buy yourself a manual drive sports car. I think that's what you really got to do it. Besides that, I think it's just nice. If you want something that's simple, does the job, vanilla, and passes the dog test, then this is the car for you. So that's my review of the Hyundai Tucson. Tag, you're it.
I love what you were watching on your phone recently. Quiet. No dogs are harmed in this film. Thank you for participating.
In here. In you go. Okay, come on, Nova. Come on. Up, 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 up. Ah, it didn't go. I lost the dog.